everybody, and welcome to Psychology Brothers, where we talk about many pointless things,
but with a point.
Why are your arms crossed, Craig?
I'm feeling a little bit uncomfortable tonight. I've had a really bad day. I've been going through the emotions of life, I suppose, today. And
Again, that sounds like every day with you. Constantly going through emotions and cycles of emotions. Do you ever do anything outside of your emotions?
cry sometimes.
Cry. Do you ever drink alcohol to drown these uncomfortable feelings?
No. I find with alcohol, it brings out your emotions a lot more, makes you feel weak, and you're a little bit tempted to drink again the next day just to kind of bat them down. So
Well, I'm drinking alcohol now and I feel really strong
strong.
and emotionless.
That's good. How's your day been?
Great. I'm drinking alcohol, mate, and I feel bloody well great.
I think it's really bad for you.
Alcohol?
Yeah. You can balance it. You can have a couple of drinks and feel great. Relax, wind down. But I think there's a lot of people out there that can get into the habit of drinking it all the time. Drinking it to sort of block out some sort of emotional pain, and then get into bad habits of becoming dependent on the alcohol to...
Back in a minute. Just carry on.
You're getting more cans.
Go on.
So there could be bad habits, as just like smoking can become a bad habit. You can smoke socially and it could be okay, but I think it's like life, it's just got to all be in moderation, hasn't it?
There's your sixth can, mate.
It's not bad.
So we're drinking cans tonight. I think the reason why we're drinking cans is because me and Craig feel emotionally a little bit beaten up, a little bit battered, and I think for me the reason why I feel emotionally a little bit battered is because I've been feeling unwell lately. And unwellness in me triggers my fears. I don't like being unwell. I've got a fear of being unwell. I think the worst is going to happen.
I think there's a lot of people like that though, isn't there?
Let me finish. It's not about them, it's about me now. That I feel, see, you even made me say they then, you distracted me from my own feeling. Can't I be narcissistically attached to my own feelings for once? Just accept that it's about me. Accept me for me, will ya? So I'm feeling a little bit battered because I've been feeling unwell lately. And as I said before, when I feel unwell, I get scared. And when I get scared, I feel like a different person. Not my normal self. And I'll class my normal self as the Andy that feels okay health-wise. And when I feel okay health-wise, I feel pretty invincible. When I feel afraid by me feeling unwell, I feel vulnerable, out my comfort zone, almost like a man on a little boat in the middle of a stormy ocean that has no control. That's what it is for me, actually. No control. I feel out of control, and that's absolutely frightening to me. So I'm drinking tonight because I feel unwell, and there's nothing consciously I can do to make me feel better about that uncomfortable feeling other than drowning it out with alcohol. Help me, Craig.
Perhaps the alcohol will probably make you feel a lot worse tomorrow though. Isn't that a bad sort of cycle to get into? I know when I drink alcohol I become weak the next day. Just like
Weaker, you mean?
Your body's gone.
Weaker the next day.
Just weak.
Weaker.
Just weak.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not a nice substance. Of all the substances you can take, alcohol's probably not the one when you're feeling unwell.
You know what? I disagree. I think you're right that alcohol can be a bad substance, but what I've learnt is, who's somebody that doesn't really drink that much alcohol, is that when I do, which is probably about once a week, if that the next morning I wake up and I feel really quite emotional, which I can't really tap into in the week when I'm not drinking. And in those moments when I feel emotional, I feel actually really connected with myself. So tomorrow, for instance, like's happened a few weeks before, and when I have the odd drink, and when I mean the odd drink, it really is the odd drink. I sound like an alcoholic in denial here, don't I? But it really is an odd drink. Probably a Thursday when me and you meet up to do a video. And the next morning I wake up and I put some meditation music on, and I feel like I really want to have a good cry. I mean, last week I even drove down the motorway and I looked at all the grass growing on the sides of the road, and it was like a straw, like a golden yellow straw, and it looked so beautiful to me. I felt like crying then, but I couldn't because I had to go into work. And I can't go into work with tears in my eyes because I need to fit into society of being strong and not vulnerable. But it felt beautiful to feel so connected and so attracted to nature. You know what else I noticed the other day, which was really nice? And I know it wasn't happening, but I sensed in that moment in my reality that it was happening, was as I was driving down it was an A road, and it was divided by a little grass verge with a fence growing up, and the grass had grown maybe about a foot or 2 feet. And I noticed as I was driving, the grass near me was blowing in the wind, and it actually looked like in that madness that the grass was actually acknowledging my presence as I was getting close to it. I couldn't see the grass in the distance moving, only the grass right in front of the van. Now I'm aware now, objectively looking about and observing what I'm saying, I sound like I've lost the plot. And my question to you is, haven't you lost the plot? Haven't you tried to fit in to a cultural environment that tells you that you're supposed to speak and act in a certain way? And actually, there's nothing more beautiful and authentic about thinking that nature's actually communicating with you, even if it's grass.
Well,
Grass!
I know what you mean about that, because I've seen the grass blowing in the wind, and until you just said that, I just thought it was the grass blowing in the wind. But I might look at that next time and think that's the grass waving at me. So if it works for you, it works for you. It's not going to be everyone's cup of tea, is it? And you're going to have some people saying, look at them, they've made another video where they've both sitting there, lost the plot. But like you say, look at what we do every day. Why is it wrong for you to go into work with a few tears in your eyes? And do you know what? When I see a man crying, I don't see weakness, I see strength. It takes a strong man to cry in front of anybody, female or male, doesn't it?
It takes a lot of courage for a man to be able to cry. I know that because I will not cry in front of anybody because I'm scared. Why am I bloody well scared of crying in front of people?
Because you're just brought up to think it's wrong. And one thing I have as a man is I'm very sensitive.
Penis.
Do I have one of them? I'm very sensitive.
Only one.
And being sensitive is almost frowned upon as well, isn't it? For a man. I mean, we're supposed to be the tough cavemen that go out there and, can talk to these other big, strong men and talk about stuff that maybe sometimes we don't really want to speak about, but we just...
Do you know, it'd be nice if you could wake up tomorrow morning in a slightly different reality where you could be a man and just cry. And I nearly said then, cry like a little girl or cry like a little sister, because that's the voices of the culture that we're brought up into. But imagine if you could go and be really authentic as a man with the way you feel. How nice would that be? For me, I mean, a lot of guys out there really are macho macho men who are so into who they are and they're authentic with who they are, that's who they are and that's great. But for me, I'm not that type of a guy. I like to talk about feelings and thoughts and coping mechanisms and behaviours. And
why would the mass culture have a big sort of barrier on this sort of, why would this be crazy? Why isn't the other them crazy?
well, we know why that is, don't we, Craig? We brought it up in previous videos, and partly when I say that I feel a little bit frustrated because we end up going back to some of the same similar topics. But the reason why is because when we were little kids, the same old little story that when you was a little kid and you felt a certain way, you was told, whether it was through words or behaviours or body language from a significant other, don't feel that. Stop crying, it doesn't hurt. Stop being stupid, let it go.
Do you know what? I'm sick and tired of speaking about the past. It's such a massive
Trance we go into,
a
isn't it?
massive part of us that
Speak about the future.
we can't
Speak about the
shake it off.
future. Speak about the past now. Speak about the
I
future.
don't want to speak about the future either.
Speak about the present.
It's just irrelevant.
Speak about the present.
All we have now is me and you drinking cans. That's all we have, isn't it? All we have is a camera, cans, a couple of cigarettes, a
I don't
pizza
smoke.
box, a piano, and some beautiful artwork. Who's done that art?
Some guy. Well, anyway, living in the present, right? Living in the present. Why didn't you want to go into the future, by the way? Tell me more about that, Craig.
The future is just as irrelevant as the past. What is the point of dreaming? What is the point of saying, I am going to do something? Because you know what? You would have done it. You would have done it by now. Just do it. Just don't even tell anyone you're going to do it. Don't
Do
you?
what?
Whatever you want to do.
What's that?
Are we going to wake up tomorrow? Are we even going to wake up?
Are we even awake? Thank you, Alan Watts. So, what are we saying here then? So it's about really, hopefully what we've seen is through these difficult experiences we're having right now, Craig, is that the past is painful. The future is painful. The only thing we've got right now is what?
You know what? I thought of a great thing to say tonight. I wrote it down and I was going to rip it up and say you can't go, you just can't go by an auto
I'm going to go and get another can. Carry on.
Life isn't like that. You know what life is? Life is just a roller coaster ride where you never know where it's going to stop. There's going to be loops, there's going to be uphills, downhills, there's going to be scary moments, there's going to be calms, there's going to be storms, there's going to be the whole lot. And you know what? Trying to make sense of it all is going to drive you insane. This is what people try and do. People are on this roller coaster waiting for the next stop. They go to school, then they go to college, then they go to university, then they get a job, then they want promotion in that job. They go on this journey and then they reach an age where they think they've got everything and they realise they don't feel anything and they wasted every day where they could have felt something in the moment. I am sick to death of this chase of status, like this eternal looking for the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow.
Close your eyes.
There is no rainbow.
Close your eyes.
I've had enough.
Close your fucking eyes.
I've had enough though of speaking about, you know what? There's no such thing as self-love today for me. I've tried everything to get a little bit of self-love and I just couldn't do it. And you know why I couldn't do it? Because of it. External environment, relationships,
too many nasty triggers
feelings,
that bring it up,
emotions, everything going off.
And is that okay?
It wasn't,
is that okay?
It wasn't for me because you know what? I live in a fairy tale land where I think everyone can just run around a field with loads of bunny rabbits, and guess what? The truth is, when you drive down a road, what do you see? A bunny rabbit that was bang hit by a van 10 minutes earlier. Did anyone fucking care about that little bunny rabbit? You know what I mean? Did you cry over that?
I do cry over dead bunny rabbits, yeah.
That's what life is. One day you're bouncing around, thinking everything's great, and then boom. What was that? That was a man in a van trying to get to work. And you know what? He was trying not to cry before he got there because of social status.
So what you're saying right there is, pal, is that it's okay to cry. Then let that emotion come up right now. Close your eyes. Let's prove that we can do this together.
I'm too angry to cry now.
Breathe,
That's the problem.
breathe.
You get angry, don't
no,
you?
your emotion's coming up. Get ready
You
now.
get
Get ready. I'm going to
angry.
make you cry. Close your eyes. I'm going to make you cry. Get ready. Jesus Christ, you bit me so much.
It is just frustration was the word for me today. Name the word that you could just pick one word for today.
There's a lot of frustration there, yeah, I agree with you on that. There is. And you know what? It's so bloody okay sometimes to... Oh, cheers to my own can. It's okay sometimes just to do what me and Craig are hopefully doing here, which is going... At the minute, we're bloody well struggling, aren't we?
You know what those? You know what really annoys me, and this is my stuff coming out today. That people are in this more than they have to be. I mean, I don't really get into this until one of my big fears is triggered.
What's your big fear?
Seeing dead bunny rabbits. I mean, it's just not nice for anyone, is
What's
it?
your big fear? Come on. You're
My
being
big-
authentic with the people out there that are suffering just as much as me and you can
Well, I've
suffer.
gone there more than most, haven't I? On camera as well. My big fear is just being on my own, and there's nothing wrong with that. In fact,
No, don't go logical. Talk about your big fear, your emotional feeling, your big fear.
wow.
Stay emotional, mate. Please. Please.
I don't want to stay emotional tonight. You know what? I don't want to be emotional on camera. You don't deserve to see my emotions because I don't want to give them out, and I don't care what you think about that. Judge me any way you want. I'm sick of the amount of judging people there are out there. So judgy. Judgy woodgy.
Cheers to that. I agree to that, yeah.
I don't care what anyone thinks about me because I'm alright. I don't do that much bad. Yes, I have countless affairs one day to the next.
No, he doesn't. He's joking for the people out there that don't get normal sarcastic humour.
I occasionally take hardcore drugs, but
Cannabis isn't a hardcore drug. It's a plant that's grown from the soul of the planet that provides us with introspection. Continue.
I once flicked a pea off a dining room table. You know, sue me.
Yeah. You're struggling big time, ain't you, mate? Big time. It's nice to see.
Only since I had this.
Don't blame it on the can. You were struggling before.
Shall we
that.
go out and fight someone? Should we pick someone about 5 foot and start a fight? I don't want to go any higher than 5 foot because, you know, the reach. Just angry, and I'm just
Been hard for
angry,
you.
I'm frustrated. I'm scared.
I feel sorry for me right now.
I'm feeling scared.
I feel
Alright.
sorry for me.
Why?
That I thought my pain was big and then you told everybody and have shown me that your pain's more big.
Oh,
And it's made me... Oh!
this is a strange thing. I thought I was feeling bad the other day, and then you told me something.
Oh dear.
How you was feeling, and I put it into perception about my feelings and realised he's going through a lot more than me. That's the thing that you never do, is it? Oh, we've only got one child and we've been trying for 3 years to get another child and we can't. We need IVF treatment. Well, some people out there haven't got one. We never
Who are you talking about?
we never count the chickens, do
Who are
we?
you talking about? Because the way you just went off in that communication, it sounds like I'm the one that's been trying for IVF. Oh, fucking not you! There's nothing wrong with my sperm count, by the way, people. That's purely Craig randomly, tangentially going on in different perceptions in his mind.
You know what? I don't want to go off on a tangent tonight. I want to go off on a tandem. Should we just ride off on a tandem?
What's a tandem?
The double bike. A double-seated bike. I'd love
It'll be
to
great, yeah. I'll tell you what, that's one good thing that the alcohol does do. It actually makes you live up your inhibitions a little bit more. But it's within balance. You know what I've learned about alcohol is it's definitely not a good thing to take when you're going through emotional issues to block out for a long period of time. But actually it does serve a purpose. It does hone you in a little bit more with your feelings that we usually spend a lot of time avoiding. What I would say to you guys is there's nothing wrong with you drinking, first and foremost. However, is you drinking out of balance? Is it affecting your long-term goal, which is to try and feel better about how comfortable you feel? Can you learn to have a drink and not drown?
Do you know what? I've probably chatted a lot of...
Have a drink and not drown? That sounds pretty good, doesn't it?
You
Go
can
on.
You can actually drown, can't you, drinking too much?
That's what I mean, yeah.
I've chatted a lot of nonsense, and I'm hoping that you're going to edit it a lot of that out.
Of course I
But
will, yeah.
I'm going to end with a little thing. Ask you a question, right, guys?
Go on, pal.
There's 3 islands, right? You have a boat.
There's only one island.
You are in the boat, and
There's only one island.
and you're going to get into one of the 3
There's
islands.
only one island. Acknowledge that, and then I'll let you say there's 3.
Right, there's 3 islands, right?
There's only one island.
Happy land, unhappy land, and land of happy and unhappiness, okay? 3 lands. And you know what? Everybody probably need to get this down to about 97% of the population
Don't judge.
would all jump in the boat and go to the happy land, wouldn't they? You all want to go there. And do you want me to tell you what happens when you get there? There's nothing there. It doesn't exist. And if you go to unhappy land, it doesn't exist. Do you know what? The only land that exists for you to go to is a land of happiness and unhappiness. They're both there all the time. And I think I'm having my unhappy moment in unhappy land, feeling unhappy, and I'm hoping tomorrow will be happy land, where I feel happy. It could be unhappy land again, but I know that I'm in the island of both. There is no such thing as one or the other. So stop going on that journey to try and find the one, because it's a waste of time.
The one, here it comes.
It's a waste.
The real stuff's coming up there, isn't it? I love that. You come out with a beautiful metaphor that's led you down the road of projection. It's like that. It will lead you to find the one. How has the one got anything to do with unhappy or happy land? Unless that's your projection going right up there.
I watch Matrix.
Now
didn't
he's in
I?
unhappy land and I'm in happy land simultaneously.
I watched Matrix last night, and guess what? What was the girl's name in it? Trinity. She only fancies Neo because he was the one.
She was a girl. Anyway, people, that's what you see 2 people suffering with feelings behaving like. I hope you accept us as much as we accept ourselves, which is pretty damn a lot. Psychology Brothers, where we talked about probably many more a pointless thing
Probably the best video that we've ever done.
with many a point. Take care, everybody. Right, that was